Let's take a look at this wonder that is iOS 10 and the lock screen that Apple have now produced. They've done some amazing work on this. I've been pretty disappointed with the security on the old lock screen for a long time. And now it looks like Apple have gotten around to fixing a lot of the issues. And let's have a look. You can reply to these. You can switch these off on the lock screen. Favoriting and viewing and clearing. Reply and likes from the lock screen. I think I'll probably turn that off because anyone can pick up your phone and do it, though I've usually got it in with me, so it's not been a problem. First thing is you pick the phone up and nothing unlocks, right? To the right there you've got the camera, but now you've got nothing. Whereas before, if you wanted to view anything on the lock screen, it would all be there for anybody to mess with. But now what you do is you rest your thumb on the Touch ID and it unlocks these features. Look at that there, just up there you've got 3 dots now. Scroll to the left and I've got access to all this information. So now I can actually view all this stuff without having to go into the phone, which makes my life a lot quicker. Some of these things I wasn't too sure on. Siri app suggestions down the bottom. I thought about removing that and I do it in a minute, but the thing is, if you remove that, when you plug headphones in or the microphone like I'm using now, it doesn't suggest the app on the lock screen to use. So there you go, you've got notifications as well, viewable by just pulling down from the top. And the phone is still not unlocked. It's unlocked to see those things. You can see a lot of information, but it's not unlocked to the home screen here to get access to everything that you've got on your phone. So once you go in there, I've changed my home screen to the first screen, whereas if you watch my other video you'll see why I usually kept this screen as the middle screen, and then I would scroll left and right to get to other apps, and I explain that in another video. But now, because Apple have done this with iOS 10, I've now put this one back to my home screen. So now, whereas before when I wanted to look at the weather I'd have to push the app, the app would open and I'd have to press the home screen to go back to this screen. But now what I can do is I can quickly just flick it left, you look at the weather and then flick it back right again. They've made my life so much easier. The flow is there. One pull down to just get to the notifications, one swipe up to get to these for switching stuff off. Your music, if your music's playing, it becomes the prominent screen when you pull it up, so it's all there. And notifications, pull it down and you can clear all that or do whatever you want. And they've really made it just a 1, 2, 3 screen for me. Absolutely amazing. And now that I can view all the notifications and stuff on the lock screen without anybody else actually getting to it, is just it's well clever. The way they've worked it out, the way that they've put it together. But there's one thing missing. There's one thing. The phone dialer. The phone dialer is a icon that is it's outdated. Does it need to be there? We've got left scroll to left swipe or right swipe, whichever way you want to look at it. We've got the pull down for the notifications, but we've got nothing swiping up. What about if when you swiped up on the screen, it flicked it up to be a dialer? How about that? Push up on the screen, it'd become a dialer. It'd be a bit like old Captain Kirk with the flipping open the communicator and saying, "Beam me up."
Kirk Enterprise.
Scott here, sir.
We're beaming up. Notify transporter room.
Why can't we just flip the screen up and it just opens the phone app? Because if we do that, then that will mean the phone icon can be hid away somewhere else, which means then I've got a space and everybody else has got more of a space in that toolbar for another app to go there. It would make my life so much more pleasurable, the experience of using the iPhone. And I've just got one more thing that is a pain. I thought that they had solved it, but they haven't quite solved it, and that's Siri on the lock screen. Oh, Snapchat. I don't really want Snapchat, do I?